For Coach, did you see any kind of improvement at all that you were hoping to see?
No. No. I did not.
As a defensive coach for Michigan, and you have defensive background, what can you do to help this defensive team? And
This is what I don't want to do, and I don't want it to even sound like this. I'm not going to make excuses, okay? And, but we are young in some places. So I'm gonna tell you where we are, and then we can go from there. But I'm not saying it in the vein of making an excuse, because in this profession there are no excuses. You know, we're playing with all new defensive tackles inside because we lost all those guys. We had to move Cutworth to the Mike position because Colin Weingratt couldn't play this week, so that hurts. And we're playing with two new safeties. So plays that shouldn't become big plays, and the details of execution are lost. I think we're growing up, but we're inconsistent. So hopefully that answers your question.
it felt good coming back to the field in the start of the second half. Thinking maybe if we can get a stop and we can change the momentum. And then the home run came.
We always think that, if you can get a stop, as fragile as this team is, you have to get a stop. But we did not get a stop there. I mean, if you saw the return, the space was about this big. I mean, it was a fabulous play by the returner, and that's why he is who he is. But certainly that hurt.
As many points as they did put up today, in the first half, your defense really played. It seemed like they played well considering the struggles of the offense. Do you agree with that statement? Do you feel like anything changed in the second half?
Well, I thought that the defense, I think that what's happening right now is, the defense is being put on an awful lot of short fields, and they're on the field an awful long time. So that's hurting the defense. I think they play hard for long stretches, and we make mistakes for stretches. But it does hurt the defense that they, A, are on short fields, and B, are out there a long time. And I think what you're alluding to is the fact that, there were several situations in the first half that the defense battled out of.
Yeah. With the offensive struggles, considering there is a lot of experience on the line and in the backfield, what can be done to?
Well, we've changed quarterbacks. We've tried to play both quarterbacks. We've played the Q Reed system, which you let in there a little bit today, and that is the, guys, the reality of this whole thing is this. We're all based on performance, right? And so if we have 4 of our 5 offensive linemen back, all of our tight ends back, 2 of our top 3 backs back, and we don't perform, at the end of it, we have to evaluate that, and then we have to make some hard decisions.
And at what point do you have to start considering bringing in the younger players and getting them some?
Well, we're playing with, we do have some youth up there. They just have played a lot. But the center, the left guard are the only guys who are seniors. The rest of the guys come back. I don't know that we're going to make any drastic movements there. I just think that we're going to continue to coach and develop the guys that are playing. Does that make sense? Yep.
I was just going to say that the number that sticks out has got to be the 81 plays on offense. That's just got to be murdering to killing you. As far as that's way too much time for chances for Archer to get the ball and stuff.
Well, you're looking at 42-10 versus 17-50. We're not performing at all offensively, and it's taking its toll on the team. I mean, that's the reality of it. And, if you look at the first half in there, I thought, as you mentioned, the defense really battled to keep the game close. But we hit the one big play, but we just are not moving the ball, and we're not putting any points up, and, that has an effect on the team.
ask about Alex Gillette's series. He pretty much ran. It seems it just went to 3 QB keepers, got 5 yards total on the play, and then kind of gave up on the idea of letting Gillette run for any series or anything.
I think what happened there is we got behind, and I think he wanted to throw the ball a little bit there. But what we wanted to do was run the whole quarterback read series. And I thought that Kent State did a nice job because they took the jet out of it because they whitened their guys. But I think that was an effect of us getting behind because we did have a plan to get Gillette in there and run him and let him do that. And I think we just got, I think really what happened is the second half kickoff put us 3 possessions behind, and then, we tried to throw the ball to catch up.
Yeah, it seemed like it was all shotgun formation at the end. The running game had been kind of abandoned, and I understand the score dictated that, but it just seemed, when you're going between the tackles on the run game, there's just minimal success there. Occasionally on the outside runs, especially with Bronson Hill's run today, there is success there. Is that kind of a change in mindset from this year to last year? Because last year it seemed like we could pound in between the tackles for some effective runs, but this year it just doesn't seem to be there.
No, it doesn't. And we're not blocking as well for whatever reason. Now, we, in effect, Bridger Bulkey's not out there. And so obviously that's had a huge effect on us inside. We're just not knocking people off the ball with any consistency. We're allowing far too much penetration, and so we're not running the ball well inside. You're exactly right. Corey Neal's not in there. That hurts, a little bit.
Sure. Is that kind of the most inexplicable thing?
It is it's unnerving. It's unbelievable that a team that ran the ball so well and practices the way we practice is struggling running the ball as much as we are.
Coach, one thing you've talked about all season is penalties, mental mistakes. And it seemed like today there were a couple instances where at key times there were only 5-yard penalties, but what they led to. How much can you do as a coach to keep them mentally in the game, even throughout when it got a little away from you there in the third?
What we try to do is keep coaching throughout. What I know is I'm going to keep coaching throughout, and that's what I'm going to do. And so that's what we do. Now, I think this is our second highest penalty total of the year. And so we have been getting better at that, and now we've regressed in that area. But we just continue to coach it. We coach it as hard as we can, and we go from there.
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you.